Welcome to Web Accessibility 101, how nonprofits can reach more people and make a bigger impact. Today, I'm going to share with you how prioritizing web accessibility can help amplify your nonprofit's mission, foster inclusion, and break down barriers for millions of people. I'm Dominique, the voice behind Ally Impact. I partner with mission-driven organizations and nonprofits to transform accessibility challenges into opportunities for growth, engagement, and meaningful impact. My approach is rooted in my background as an inclusive education support teacher and my personal journey navigating life with ADHD. I understand the importance of creating digital spaces that go beyond mere compliance, ensuring they're truly welcoming and inclusive for everyone. Together, we can break down these barriers, build stronger connections, and ensure your mission reaches the people who need it most. If you have not prioritized web accessibility, your inclusive mission might be unknowingly excluding millions. Your mission likely centers on inclusion, yet many nonprofits unknowingly exclude those who need those services that you are providing, that really, really need what you have to offer. Research shows that 71% of users with disabilities will leave an inaccessible site almost immediately, with 1 in 5 or over about 70 million North Americans facing accessibility challenges. That's a huge missed opportunity to connect with people who could truly and deeply benefit from the work you're doing. Meanwhile, 92% of individuals who need accessible supports or need accessible websites, they are much more likely to recommend organizations that prioritize accessibility and actively boycott or speak against organizations that do not. So, in addition to being a legal requirement, accessibility is a natural extension of your mission to serve. By ensuring your website is inclusive, you demonstrate a genuine commitment to equity and reach the people who need you the most. Plus, compliance with regulations like AODA in Canada and the ADA in the United States, along with standards like the WCAG or the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, protects you and your organization from legal risk and upholds your core values at every level. Ultimately, accessibility ensures no one is left behind, enabling your mission to reach its fullest potential. Your website should amplify your mission, not become a liability. Your website is more than just a digital tool. It's how you connect with your community, amplify your mission, and create meaningful impact, especially in this day and age where more and more of our lives are moving online. But an inaccessible site can alienate your supporters, your donors, and the very people that you aim to serve, while also exposing your organization to costly lawsuits and reputational damage. By prioritizing accessibility, you make a clear statement. Everyone's voice matters, and your mission truly is for all. It allows you to expand your reach, build trust, and foster inclusion, resulting in a stronger, more connected community. When accessibility barriers exist, people with disabilities may not be able to engage with your programs or benefit from your services. For organizations like yours, that's not just a missed opportunity. It's a risk to the trust that your community places in you. So the top 10 benefits of accessibility for nonprofits or mission-driven organizations or vision-led businesses. Number 1, it shows a commitment to inclusivity. Accessibility shows your dedication to equity and inclusion, ensuring people with disabilities aren't left behind. It aligns perfectly with the values mission-driven organizations hold dear. Number 2, it allows you to reach a wider audience. With 1 in 4 Americans living with a disability, accessible digital spaces help you connect with a significantly bigger audience so that your mission truly reaches everyone. 3, ensure legal compliance. Compliance isn't optional, and nonprofits aren't exempt from laws and regulations for accessibility. Regulations like the ADA and standards like the WCAG web content accessibility guidelines, protect your organization from potential lawsuits, and guarantee everyone can access your site. Number 4, build reputation and trust. When your digital presence reflects your commitment to inclusion, you position your nonprofit as a socially responsible leader and deepen trust within your community. 5, improve user experience across the board. Accessible design benefits everyone, from screen readers to keyboard-only navigators. Inclusive sites offer better experience for all visitors, even in situations where accessibility might be a temporary need, like a really bright outdoor environment or a really noisy environment where captions will benefit somebody who is watching in that environment. Number 6, serve a diverse customer base. Older adults with chronic conditions or individuals with disabilities rely on accessibility features. Prioritizing these features meets the diverse needs effectively. 7, strengthen social responsibility. Accessibility isn't just about compliance. It's about recognizing access as a basic human right and upholding the ethical standards that guide your mission. 8, secure funding opportunities. Many grants look for proof of accessibility compliance. Making your website accessible can open doors to funding sources that specifically value inclusive organizations. 9, increase social impact. Removing digital barriers ensures that your mission reaches its fullest potential, allowing those who need your services to find and engage with your cause. And number 10, boost your SEO. Accessible websites rank higher in search results thanks to best practices like proper heading structure, descriptive links, and alt text, helping more people discover and benefit from your work. Many nonprofit leaders wonder, can we afford to prioritize accessibility? The better question is, can you really afford not to? People with disabilities in North America have a combined spending power of $490 billion. Excluding them means losing out on their potential contributions, and not just financially. When a site isn't accessible, it sends an unintentional message of exclusion, damaging trust with your community, donors, and volunteers. Lawsuits related to accessibility are also on the rise, and they can cost far more than an audit on your site and remediation ever would. So accessibility equals inclusion plus positive impact, ensuring that no one, donor, volunteer, or beneficiary is left out. Addressing accessibility proactively is far more affordable and beneficial than facing legal trouble or losing public trust. By making your website accessible, you strengthen your mission, expand your reach, and uphold your values of equity and inclusion. So where do you start? Begin by assessing your website for barriers. This can be handled by someone on your team who understands accessibility standards and has a deep knowledge of the web content accessibility guidelines, or by hiring a professional for a web accessibility audit. Once you've identified the barriers that exist, plan your updates and prioritize the changes that will make the biggest differences first. Once you've started to take action, it's important to continually evaluate progress, scheduling follow-up audits, and keeping an eye on how are things moving forward, what still needs to be taken care of. Accessibility can feel really daunting, so I've put together a free web accessibility checklist specifically with nonprofits or mission-driven organizations in mind. It's a quick, practical guide that will help you spot and address some of the most common accessibility barriers that I see on websites. You can download it now and assess your website's accessibility in under 10 minutes. The link is here. I'll also include the link in the video description for you as well. I'm here to help your organization navigate the complexities of web accessibility. From in-depth audits to consulting and training, I'll work with you to create a welcoming, inclusive digital space that aligns with your mission. Whether you're focused on meeting the web content accessibility guidelines and standards, improving social media accessibility, or simply ensuring no one is left behind, my goal is to make your website a tool for connection, not a barrier to your work. I offer full accessibility audits, consulting services, training for your team, as well as alt text writing services. Thank you for prioritizing accessibility, investing your time to learn how it can expand your mission's impact. Ally Impact is here to help you amplify your mission-driven impact with accessibility and inclusion. Learn more at www.a11yimpact.com. Accessibility isn't just a checkbox, it's an opportunity to connect, include, and truly serve everyone in your community. Together, we can make sure that no one is left behind.